Hello everybody, Slay here. Today we're going to be talking about this other Tier 8 premium attack aircraft, the NC-1070. Yesterday I did a review on the IL-10M, the other premium attack aircraft, and I forgot to mention this bad boy. At the time I believe I said I didn't think there was any other premium attack aircraft, but I put my foot in my mouth. Let me go ahead and remove that. We also have the IL-2 mod and the NC-1070. The NC-1070, or 1070 as I'll call it from now on, is sitting here at Tier 8. So it comes equipped with two 30s right here, nicely located in the front. Should be easy. I believe the real version of this plane did not have 4 guns from what I'm reading. It had 4 guns in the rear turret. Insert bad joke here about the French always retreating. So in the rear here, in this game, it has two 20s, which should be very decent to wipe anything off your tail. If you watched my IL-10 video, you would have seen me take out that A7M with just a single 20, so hopefully two 20s will be much, much better. This crew that I'm loaded into it is my SE-100 crew, which is an absolute gem of a plane. But I have that rear gunner, pretty equipped to handle anything that comes from the rear. So it looks like it's not the best maneuverability. So it's sitting at 25, whereas the IL-10M is sitting at 41. Gun armament is slightly stronger at 44, those two 30s, and we'll go into those in just a second here. As for bombs and rockets, loadout's the same. The 10M gets 2 bombs, 2 rockets, whereas the NC-1070 gets 10 bombs. The altitude performance, as with all ground attack aircraft, is pretty low. You're sitting at a cap of 800, so you're not going to climb up and try and engage any bombers. That'd just be bad. And if you look at the speed, the IL-10M is definitely faster than the NC-1070. Not much. The NC-1070 is a better diver, and top speed at the best altitude is slightly higher, but I want to say the cruising speed seems like it's going to be better. And that's fine. You're a ground attack aircraft. Things are easier to hit when you're slower, correct? Alright, so with that said, I have not flown this plane yet, so bear with me as I take it out for my first flight. I'm going to be running this thing what I call premium stock. Basically, I just have consumables and no equipment. Equipment will follow as I grind credits through this thing, but we're going to go ahead and take this thing out for a flight, see what kind of credit earning potential it has, and see if the rumors of what I hear about this thing are true. I've heard nothing but good things about this plane. In bot-controlled hands, I shoot them down all the time, as you do probably as well. But in a player-controlled hands, I imagine these 30s would be pretty beastly. Let's see here, the DPS on these 30s is 340, and the rate of fire is 330. Now that sounds very much like a different gun that I have. That would be the MEP 1102B. So if you look at these ones, 350 and 330. So around the same rate of fire and only 10 less DPS than a tier 10. And that's at tier 8. So these forward firing guns, if they're anything like that plane, they should be very, very hard hitting. So let's go ahead and take this thing out for a spin. Just going to do a quick walk around here, make sure everything is equipped to what I need. I'm running universal just because it's always nice when you set buildings on fire. And as with most heavy and ground attackers, I run fire extinguishers, first aid, and motors because those are the 3 things, in my opinion, you need to put bombs on target. Alright, so let's go ahead and give this a shot. Today's a ×3, and this is before the event, so hoping I have a decent game and I can at least demonstrate the credit earner potential of this premium ground attack aircraft. Alright, queuing up now. I definitely like the bomber ground attack aircraft, or sorry, the bomber premiums and the premium ground attack aircraft. Just feel it's more of a relaxing gameplay. Something you can do, I don't want to say passively because you still have to be active when playing, but it's definitely a lot less active than, say, flying a fighter or a multi-role. And it's just an overall enjoyable experience. In other games, such as World of Tanks, I play artillery if I want to have those relaxing moments. Anybody who plays World of Tanks knows that you have this satellite view of the battlefield, and you kind of just get to hide in the back and drop rounds on people's faces. Causes a lot of hate, but I see an equal amount of hate in this game with ground attackers, and especially in like World of Warships, the carriers draw the same amount of hate. Anything that people view as like an easy accomplishment, just naturally going to draw the haters out. That's fine, haters got to hate. But in my opinion, winners got to win, right? So here we go. First match. You guys are seeing it. We're doing it live. We're doing it live. Right now, I am here. Looks like I'm with a Yak 15. Awesome. And they have a Yak 15. And a ME-109TL. The 109TL is a good plane.
You are entering the combat zone.
It's really good.
Get ready for
it's
battle.
Everything the 260 should be, as my friends would say. So here's this little snub-nosed aircraft. This seems like it's going to be a good map for this. This is one of my favorite ground attack aircraft maps because you're sitting here, you have your two garrisons, airfield in the middle, and then this sneaky little mining plant. And if this aircraft can do anything, hopefully it can take the mining plant with its 10 bombs and its 230s. So I'm going to go ahead and test the rate of fire real quick as I travel my way
front line.
up there.
Off we go.
That sounds just a little loud, so I'm going to touch it down just a little. There we go. Oh yeah, those 30s fire almost identical to the Tier 10 German attack aircraft. So it looks like it had 45 seconds of boost. I'm going to take my happy little French plane over there. And ooh, this thing turns like a slug. Yes, yes it does. Feels kind of like the IL-20 when you're talking maneuverability. I have a bot bomber going over there as well as a friendly NC-1070. Hoping to run into some of their ground attack aircraft so that I can take them out here. What typically happens is they'll go for their garrison first, but it looks like I have an enemy bomber up top, so I'll be competing for the kills. The worst thing that can happen when you have the attack aircraft up top, or the bomber up top, is you basically leave one building left and that bomber comes and cleans it up for you. And yeah, definitely don't want that to happen. So it looks like I have two NC-1070s here. I'm going to have to try and take out this ME-109 if I have any chance to take this. So I'm going to drop some bombs here just so I can keep my cap competitive against these guys. But now I'm going to chase down this 109. A little bit of FPS issue there. I like to zoom in here just to make sure my shots are doing what they need to do. Best time to hit this guy is when he's turning. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of draw him in to a chasing, but it looks like I don't even have to do that. He's straightened out for me. Thank you, buddy. Sorry to you. So these guns are definitely strong enough to take out these buildings. If you'll look in the middle here, have left a lot of buildings for me. These bombs are sitting at 70 seconds to the reload though. So my only chance here now is to try and take out these other 1070s as I'm reloading my bombs. And that way, if they're dead, they're not dropping bombs and taking this cap away from me. So here I am. Try and do strafe down this guy. I should have ran a weapons cooling perhaps in this. I ran a weapons cooling on my German ground attack aircraft. Oh no. So he's trying to, yep. So what happened there is he got the shots in the middle and that middle counts as half. This thing's slow enough to where it can dogfight pretty effectively actually. That was nice. Still got that bomber up there. I'm just gonna have to come in here, take out easier targets. This guy's tail gunner is here, and that 109 TL is pretty angry probably that I took him out. So here he comes again. And I don't mind playing around with this guy. Even if we don't take this mining plant, my team has been doing everything that they can on the outside. One thing I will say, just off the initial, what I'm seeing about this plane, man, these bombs take a long time to reload. But since they took so long to reload, go ahead and drop a couple here. I'll drop 2 there. Should be enough to take that out. They're 100s. Drop 4 here. That's enough to take that out. I have 2 left. So I save 2. I'll take them out, use them on these big buildings here. There's my 2. That 109 TL is ignoring me. Okay, now he's attacking the aircraft. So I know he's there, but I do have 420s. Or sorry, 220s. The real one had 420s in the back. So I'm going to go ahead and try and kill this other ground attack aircraft. If that guy gets on my tail, I'll simply just swap and take him out. So I'm doing a lot of what I like to call pestering here. They got the mining plant in the end. I'm going to finish off this guy. And where is that 109? He is coming in my tail right now. He's probably going to get me. So I was there just long enough to basically slow them down. That was my job there. Now that they took the mining plant, I'm going to haul tail right back there and repeat what I was doing. I feel the job of a ground attacker, especially when it comes to mining plants, is to slow down your enemy so that your team can do what my team has done. And they have taken 3 caps. We're almost 75% through the score required to win the game. I'm sitting here, you know, nothing to scoff at. It's only 58-65. A few of those points came from air kills, which, as anybody knows who plays ground attacker, the game doesn't like that you kill aircraft in your ground attackers. They feel you should be just killing ground targets, which I agree, but I see a lot of value in taking out air targets as well. If you take out that air target, if I would have taken out that 109 TL before that ground attacker, I probably would have survived that encounter. So let's go ahead and test these 30s on these big pipes. I'm really just waiting till my bombs come up. So I'm going to try and take out these smaller pipes here. And it didn't look like it was enough there. So I'll go ahead and hit this one with a little bit more oomph. And it looks like that 109 TL is back on my tail. It's pretty salty probably. I'm going to slow down, let him come in front of me, and I'm going to do my best to just keep annoying him. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to drop all my bombs on this center mass. That was a lot of bombs. I'm going to straighten out. He's got 230s and 220s in that thing. It is a beast of a plane. Let's test out these 220s. I'm still pretty low, but I don't have time to straighten out. So there was that. Squall lines in 11 seconds. I didn't want to be alive anyways. But again, we've had the other caps pretty much the rest of the game. He's still up there. So now what I can do is I can spawn and go hit that garrison. And it actually looks like my bomber and my heavy are doing really well there. The heavy came in and cleared out that ME-109TL, which mostly flipped that mining plant. So I'm going to kind of put some faith in my bots there. I'm going to go down here and I'm going to attack some weaker targets. So far this thing's a good plane. The guns are strong, as people have talked about. It's not the best for taking a mining plant, but it was good enough to distract them and slow them down from their cap. I imagine on these tents and everything here, this is going to be a really effective aircraft. So let's go ahead and save my, that firing there. Pretty much one pass, no problem. Take out these tents. Pick up the grade 5. I'm not going to try and take out those bigger buildings until I have my bombs. It's probably going to take 2 bombs to take those, but I'm not going to have to do that. as there should be enough for me to wipe out or win the game. So I ended up finishing second there. That was my first time taking this plane out. It not a bad aircraft, supporting fire there. Got a flying start again for destroying at least 3 aerial targets in my first sortie. So as I pointed out earlier, this plane's good enough to take it into, let's just say, the mining plant, which I did, and you're able to wipe out the other ground attack aircraft there. In that case, where you have a multi-role with some decent firepower in the cap, then yeah, it's going to be giving me trouble. A shout out to that 109. Good job, man. I'm sorry. The rest of my team was better than the rest of your team, and I did my job. But that was a good game for what it was. It's an easy 9,000 points, which should draw some decent credit income for a tier 8 premium. Again, trying to remove the foot from my mouth from yesterday. I had mentioned I forgot completely about this aircraft, and I wish I didn't. I'm glad I picked this one up, because there you go, 192k credits, 830 played. That's not bad at all for a credit income. I was second to our Yak 15, the other player on the team. He was the fighter. Looks like he was doing work. But if you'll look, the other team, they were tied up with me. They didn't get to draw really any points as much as they should have. Mother Tanker, shout out to you, man. Again, you were that 109 that was giving me trouble. Unfortunately, the rest of your team just wasn't holding up. But so that is the NC-1070. Again, it made, around 200k credits in 830 in its first outing. Not a bad plane at all. With anything, you have to play to its strengths. That map was kind of weak for it. I imagine on a map with command centers and missile bases, it will do much, much better, as those have softer targets for it to hit with its guns. And I probably wasted a lot of the payload on, too few of targets. I just wanted to ensure that I was doing my job and make sure I was getting those points towards my team so that I could stop the enemy team from capping that mining plant fast. Because what would have happened if they would have taken that mining plant quick? They would have been drawing almost similar points to where if we had 2 caps. I believe with the mining plant you get 80 every 2 minutes, and with 2 caps you get 6 every 5 seconds. Not a math expert, but it seems like, it's pretty equal trade-off. But if you could delay them in taking that for a few minutes, then your team just has that much time to pull ahead. And even though they took that mining plant in the end, my team still won because we were just so far ahead in points because I was loitering and annoying them. But anyways, that was the NC-1070 again. It's a tier 8 premium French ground attack aircraft. It's also pretty awesome because you could share your crew with the SC-100, another beautiful gem. I recommend to anybody if you're looking to pick up anything. I would definitely recommend this aircraft to anybody going down the German line. This plays almost identical to the German line. With it, the German has 430s, this has 2, but they really kind of do the same thing. The Germans are faster, but you're going to rely more on your guns with this thing than you are your bombs. And it has, 10 100 kilogram bombs, which are nothing to scoff at. Those are good bombs. But for the most part, because that long reload, you will be relying on your guns, much like the Germans. So anyways, again, good aircraft, and thank you for watching.